Because it got cold.
It's one way to get there.
There's the front.
Okay.
So you're suggesting that we take it down?
Take it down.
Boss says let them go.
Let him go. All right, that's one.
All right. The next one is another one coming back to us. He has made some progress. He started working on the roof on the back of the house.
That could be
When
a
we get to the
beautiful.
back
Oh,
picture,
yeah.
you'll see he started putting some
You're
new
not kidding.
shingles. Well, that's the other side. Next picture. So you can see he started shingling it. He was going to try to get up there yesterday afternoon and finish that back side, but didn't get to it. He does have his siding ordered for it. So I say he's trying. He's doing a pretty good job. He's limited on his funds. Let's give him another 90 days on this one.
I can go with that.
All right, so this is a new one, 2814 27th Street. It's been posted 45 days.
District 2.
No one has contacted me about the house. No one has done anything to the house. So unless they come with a good plan this evening, our
Are they
motion
coming?
is to take it down.
Ooh,
Are they coming tonight?
I haven't talked to them.
What again was the address on 22nd Street?
2814, I believe.
28.
28.
It's gonna be down there.
Yeah,
It's pretty rough.
2814. That's going to be in
District 2, right?
District 2, yes.
That's what I thought.
28th Avenue, 22nd
Okay.
Street.
This was, we had problems with this one for quite a while. When I first noticed it, we had a squatter in there. And he said he was a family member. I don't know, but there was no water account on there. I posted it uninhabitable. He immediately moved out, but nobody's ever done anything. And then it remained open. You can see the window there was open. There's a back door that's also open that I didn't get a good picture of, but it's open to the public. Nothing was done. So our recommendation is just, and like I said, unless they come with a good plan, take it down.
But you don't expect them to be here.
I don't expect them to be here.
Emma Stewart.
I don't really expect the gentleman that didn't do what he said he was going to do to be here either.
Yeah.
The one that we're going to extend, I spoke with him this morning, and he will be here.
okay, but not the first of that, first one or this one.
I don't perceive for them to be here.
Okay. Any questions for Virgil?
Thank you, Virgil.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Mayor Maddox.
Thank you, Mr. Tyner. First, I've got a couple announcements and then have a couple of slides I want to show you that still shouldn't be long. Let me start out by saying we will have 2 items for executive session following the pre-council meeting. First, I'm going to ask Acting Chief Baum to come forward, please. Most of us, and frankly, not until recently, have I really got a chance to know Acting Chief Baum. He has been the station captain at number 7 fire station, which has been our busiest fire station, is our busiest fire station in the city, and makes nearly 7,000 runs a year, if you can imagine. Last few weeks, since Chief Smith has announced his retirement, I've spent a lot of time. I've had over 3 dozen meetings with members of Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue. And when I talked about who is some of the up-and-coming leaders within Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue, Hollis's name came up time and time again as one of our shining star captains out there. So it was my honor and privilege to appoint him as acting chief and ask for confirmation from the city council. Hollis has 21 years of experience with the city of Tuscaloosa. He certainly understands what our frontline firefighters are experiencing every single day. And one of the things that struck me, and I don't think I told you this, Chief Baum, is that when I asked him about his assignment at Station 7, he said, I wanted to be at our busiest station because one day I'd like to be a battalion chief. And I figure I need that experience to show our people, exactly what it feels like. And when I do get in a position of leadership, that I'll understand what they're experiencing. And that really struck a chord with me. And so as we work through the next few months, moving towards a permanent chief, I'm excited to have Hollis leading our department, so I wanted to formally introduce you. Now, the one thing that I even like more about him is he's not used to the ways of City Hall. I think I had to show him, give him a map of how you navigate around City Hall. He's been out there working in the field.
Run, Forrest, run.
I called him this morning and said, "Are you still working with us?" After day one, but we're excited to have you, Chief Vaughn, and so I wanted the council to ask you any questions they may have, and before they do, or may just want to talk to you about what's going on, I wanted you to just kind of introduce yourself beyond what I've just described.
I got hired in the city of Tuscaloosa in 2003. I was promoted pretty much in 5-year increments all the way up to the rank of captain. I've pretty much spent most of my time working at busy fire stations, and I love the job. I love the trade of being a fireman. That's important to me. This is something that I've never experienced. This is the side that I've never seen and I'm not comfortable in. So it's a challenge, and Mayor, I appreciate your confidence in the opportunity I had to lead the department, and I hope in 6 months that I've made a little bit of a difference, that I can walk away with my head held high and pass on saying I made a difference in a good way. And I love our crews and our men, and it's just an honor to be here. And I need all the help I can get. I want to learn a lot, and I'm slightly overwhelmed, with all the contacts and trying to figure everything out. But I can tell you this: I'm going to do my best to serve the guys in our department and to do what's right. So,
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
One of the things I challenged our team with yesterday in fire administration was, we certainly need to be there for Hollis over the next 6 months, but I think we need to learn from him. One of the most important things that I think Chief Blankley has brought to all of us the last 4 years is he brought that really patrol officer experience front and center that's allowed us to make the investments we need. I think there's the same learning curve for all of us, and I think there's a lot you're going to be able to teach us, Chief Vaughn.
I appreciate that.
And we're certainly glad to have you.
Thank you.
On behalf of the council too, anything that we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us.
Yes, sir.
I'll
Appreciate
say
it.
this, Mayor, he took my phone call yesterday and he didn't have a clue who I was. So if you'll take that, he's gonna answer the phone, y'all. That's a big deal. Not that Chief Smith did.
He's learning quicker than what we thought.
Yes, sir.
Put it on our song.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
9:15, if we can quickly navigate the community and neighborhoods, in the community development committee meeting, we have a reception for Chief Smith. I just asked Randy, how's it feel? This is your last pre-council day. He just smiled, so, so I take it he feels good. But Chief Smith, we look forward to recognizing and honoring you tonight.
Absolutely.
And I'll go ahead and say it. Thank you for everything. I've enjoyed my time working with everybody, especially everybody sitting out here on this side also. But I'll miss you. But thank y'all very much for everything.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Chief.
Before I get into a couple of other announcements, I'm going to ask Jessica Stewart, our municipal court administrator, to come up and announce a new hire that we have in a deputy position. So, Jessica, and then I'll have 2 more slides after that, Haley, after Jessica.
Hey, council. So
Hello.
this is Whitney Watson. She's been hired in as the assistant court administrator. She has multiple years' experience in municipal court, so she's going to be a great asset for us.
Our municipal court.
She actually came from Huntsville Municipal Court.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome. I want to brag on Jessica just 1 minute because out at the tech retreat, Mayor, you probably saw her. I know before we were even finished, she had a broom.
She was cleaning up.
And she was cleaning up the sidewalk, and she was picking up the trash. And I'm going like, this is. I think I may have taken your picture because I said this is really. I've never seen this before. So when in your position, and then you're expecting January.
Yes.
January with the new one, but she was out there cleaning up, and before we were ready to end the night.
Well, in our defense, our feather traffic cones were leaving quite a trail, so we had to clean it up. But while I'm out, you will see Whitney and pre-council and anything that comes up for court.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. She does a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Couple more things. I know I saved up all my minutes over the past few meetings for today.
Yeah.
So I think we have a couple of slides. I do want to take a chance to brag about the city's having reaffirmed as a AAA from Fitch. I know that Mr. Busby played a lead role in that as well in the finance committee. You know, the process, as we know, is never easy, but in fact, we came out of it even stronger than what we anticipated. I'm really proud of our A&F team and for the work that they've done. I know Ms. Andrews is out on a field trip with her child today, but Becky, to the whole A&F team. You know, for us, the public necessarily, this probably doesn't dent much in terms of the political atmosphere. But in terms of what it means for the city and the taxpayers, it's just another indication of our strength. And certainly we're going to continue our work with Moody's, and I think in the future, I think we want to re-engage with S&P as well. But I'm very proud of this and very proud of our team for the work that they've done. One interesting fact that this process really reinforced that I'd forgotten, we've created nearly 9,000 jobs, or this community has created nearly 9,000 jobs since May of 21. This is a growing community, a strong community, and you should be proud that we're part of that. And so I wanted to take a chance and brag on our city for it. We hear all the negatives, and we should. Our job is to fix problems, solve concerns, make a difference, but this is something that I'm certainly proud of our city for achieving. It's rarefied air among cities across our nation. The next, because Mr. Crow just continues to, he's a gift that keeps on giving, whether it's rezoning, but now it's road closures. So November 22nd through the 27th, we have a major road closure that is going to take place. But really, November 22nd after 8:30 a.m. once school traffic is in for the day. It's going to be just below where John Plott, not today, but for the school day, Mr. Busby, where John Plott is located. It's going to be that section of Rice Mine. So the goal is that it will be completed by the 27th, which is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and reopen at that time. But the type of utility work that's going to be taking place, the road has to be closed. Their crews are going to be working nonstop to get that completed. This has been disseminated. I've seen it even in Eli's school, the school information they put out. I think Mr. Holmes is sharing me other information sources as well. But please, we will certainly, if you would like, we can get communications to give you whatever you need to post on your own social media feeds. I encourage everyone that's in that area that please text 888-777-McWright for the latest information on that, and then Tuscaloosa.com/roads. I can't say enough about Dr. Rush and his department and what they've put together. I would imagine we're going to be doing this now for every major road project. Once we can ever move forward with MLK Phase 3, I think you will see something very similar coming that way. Any other major city road project. So, Mr. Gardner, is anything you want to add to it? Anything I got wrong that you want to add to it?
No, sir, I think you covered it quite well.
All right.
Well, one road closes, another opens because Hickory Road is open now. So, and I was so happy.
I went down Sunday. It really looked good.
Looks good, doesn't it?
It does look good.
Mayor, I was gonna say that a lot of times we get, I guess in government, we don't communicate probably as well as we could, but I think Richard and the team of folks, but the way this whole road project has been communicated to the residents has been really good. I mean, in my opinion, I've heard a lot of people have said, no one has said to me yet, well, why didn't you put that information out there or whatever? Because really, this has been something that I think it's an inconvenience, of course, but I think the residents see it as a huge positive of what's coming in the future. But I think y'all done a great job of making sure we're communicating the information out there. I know the cities put stuff out. I put stuff out on social media too. Y'all can copy and paste some of that stuff and repost it because I'm planning on, I waited to do a post early Monday morning just because trying to get it fresh on people's minds. It's a week from, no, it's this Friday, and this Friday, so posting it again is a good thing, because I think everybody's aware of it, but the reality of it, right, is gonna sink in shortly, but I think the work on this road has been phenomenal, how fast it's happened.
We appreciated you funding this because you didn't know if it would be successful or not. And so we thank you for that. And Mike, I want to make certain I'm right on this as well. Once this road closure is complete and the storm line is ran across, the new intersection will go into effect.
That's right, yes, sir.
So if you've been through there, you can see the new, kind of the outline of the new intersection. It will now go into effect. I mean, the road construction project has still got months left in the project itself, but that new intersection will go into effect, and I think people will get to see what's kind of been pieced together over the last few months, and how much better it's going to be once the project is completed. And that's all I have, Mr. Tyner. Again, we have 2 items for executive session.
Thank you, Mayor. Great stuff. Brandy.
All right, so I have quite a few things to go over with you guys today, I know. So that first thing that we're gonna talk about is the Parking and Transit Authority. Mr. LaPerry Howell's term has expired. He currently serves as the vice chairman of that particular board. The county commission is actually looking forward to confirming his reappointment, so if it's okay with you guys, we can have an ordinance on the next council meeting appointing him. We'll send that over to the county commission for them to confirm that, and they'll get that over to Judge Robertson.
So that's a countywide thing?
It's a countywide board, yes, but our appointees have to be confirmed by the county commission.
It's a countywide board that's only funded by the city.
Yes.
What?
That's interesting. Y'all good with that? You want to
Yes,
they
LaPerry
confirm
does.
What do they do?
We're good.
The PATA, the whole Tuscaloosa trolley is this. Of course, the routes are only, well, there are some routes that are in the PJ, but for the most part, all the routes themselves are within the city, because each entity that's part of that.
So the transit that we fund is the parking and transit.
Yes, sir.
All
Or
right.
did I realize it was county
So
board?
that is that one, and then the last one that we have, if you guys remember over the last couple of weeks, we've kind of been talking about the zoning board of adjustments in the Tuscaloosa Public Library. We've had some new developments. Dr. Florence Williams has resigned. Her term on the public library doesn't expire until the August 2025. And then for zoning board of adjustments, we actually had Miss Linda Ford send us information saying that she does not actually wish to be reappointed. When we first started this, we were only looking to appoint one person on the public library. We now need 2. And then Miss Linda Ford, we were considering her the first time around, but now we are not. But we did receive 2 more applicants for the zoning board of adjustments and 1 new applicant for the public library. So you guys got those resumes yesterday. We finished accepting resumes at 5 yesterday afternoon. So I figured you guys wanted some time to review those.
I would. I had already
Yeah, I told her.
pre-prepared my rant for Linda Ford,
Yeah.
but I'll have to
And I had already prepared,
recalibrate.
I prepared my rebuttal too.
I was gonna let you go first.
And I think Ms. Miles will be Octavia Miles from the library board. Did I see that?
Yes, she did submit a resume, yes, sir.
Well, let's do that
She'll be great.
next, come with your recommendations next week, okay? Let's try to knock those out.
All right.
So right quick, who are the 2 new?
Charles Edwards,
Now,
The
who's
2
there
new
before?
applicants for ZBA are gonna be Lori Lane and Chad Stevens.
Lori Lane and Chad Stevens.
Yes,
yeah, just,
Those are the 2
the
that
2
we
new
haven't
ones.
seen before.
Yes, sir.
that's right. Yeah, Charles is just here with us. He just got his resume in, but, so let's do that. Yeah, come with your suggestions next
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You're right. 2 weeks. All right, Mr. Scott.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I am up here towards the top of the page on page 2, where on page 15 you'll be saying the cost of demolition for the structure at 2634 20th Street and authorizing the filing of a lien. On page 16 you'll be saying the cost of demolition of the structure at 3209 20th Street and authorizing the filing of a lien. On page 17 you'll again be saying the cost of demolition for the structure at 2804 16th Street and authorizing the filing of a lien. Then on page 18, you'll be concurring with the appointment of Hollis Bond as acting fire chief, and I know he certainly has a haircut for the job. On page 19 through 20, you'll be urging Governor Ivey to facilitate the purchase of Black Warrior Toll Bridge. This was discussed in projects on the 5th. On page 21, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, or services for a total of $3,831.47. This is for IMF retail equipment and comes to you from purchasing as a previously budgeted purchase. On
What
page
is IMF retail equipment?
It's an HVAC system.
Huh?
In here. It's an HVAC system.
It's the fourth one on the IMF. It's the last one. We've already changed out the other three.
It's the fourth one. So it's HVAC.
Correct.
On page 22, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 2 improvement funds to Mine Changers. This is a total of $500 and is doubled up and will be on Finance Committee today. On page 23, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 2 improvement funds for the Carlton Park event. This is a total of $454.44. That is doubled up and will be on Finance Committee today. Actually, I'm sorry, that came on Finance on the 5th. On page 24, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 6 improvement funds to the Crossroad Church's Angel Tree Ministry. This is a total of $1,000 and is doubled up and will be on Finance today. On page 25, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 7 improvement funds for the Skyland Falcons youth football team. That was on Finance on the 5th. On page 26, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from the District 7 improvement funds for the Mount Pilgrim Community Outreach Center. This is a total of $2,500. That is doubled up and will be on Finance today. On page 27 and 28, you'll be tentatively awarding a public works contract to Rev Construction for the Copeland Square sewer project. This is a total of $759,621. This was discussed in projects on, that is doubled up and is on projects today. On page 29 through 30, you'll be tentatively awarding a public works contract to Dixie Painting and Sandblasting for the 2024 Mercedes Tank Rehabilitation Program. That's a total of $908,281, and that was discussed in projects on the 5th. On page 31, you'll be authorizing minor public works contract with Building Specialties Company for $2,824.35. This was discussed in projects on the 5th. On page 32, you'll be authorizing the renewal of insurance coverage for premium payment up to $125,163.74. On page 33, you'll be authorizing a lease agreement with the Alabama Department of Transportation regarding roadway maintenance material stored under the I-359 bridge between 16th and 17th Streets and 17th and 20th Streets. This was discussed with you in projects last week on the 5th. On page 34, you'll be authorizing Jason Foster to execute a 24-month STEM op extension for one of his employees. That was discussed in admin on the 5th. On page 35, you'll be approving job class specifications for construction facilities and grounds and public works. This was discussed in admin on the 5th, and you actually will have a substitute today. There was a typo in the one that was included in your agenda. On page 36 and 37, you'll be authorizing amendment number 1 to the 2024 B warrant series budget. This came to you in finance on the 5th. On page 38 and 39, you'll be authorizing amendment number 8 to the 2022 B warrant series budget. This also came to you in finance on the 5th. On page 40 through 389, you'll be introducing an ordinance adopting a new zoning ordinance of the city of Tuscaloosa. This is for introduction only and comes to you from the Planning Commission. On page 390 through 391, you'll be amending exhibits A and B of section 19-42 of the Code of Tuscaloosa. This is for the CFG and Public Works jobs that were discussed in admin on the 5th. On page 329, you'll be setting December 17th as the date for public hearing to consider adopting the new zoning ordinance of the city of Tuscaloosa. Again, that comes to you from the Planning Commission. Are there any questions for me?
Mr. Holmes, remind me, and I think I saw an email, which coverage is the 125?
That is a security sensitive coverage. If you'd like to discuss more, we can add it to executive session.
Yeah, that's something
Did we?
I'll tell you.
All right.
It's, thank you, Scott. I know you've already started reading the 349 pages of the zoning ordinance. Zoning, okey dokey, projects 2:30, finance 3:15, admin 4, community development at 5 o'clock, council meeting of course at 6, and we'll try, don't forget the reception for Chief Smith at 5:15. There will be no, zoning board of adjustments will meet Monday, but then Tuesday, no council committee or meetings in observance of the Thanksgiving holidays. Thursday and Friday, City Hall will be closed. Then December 3rd, again, no council committee or city council meetings due to Thanksgiving holiday. Thank you, Turkey, Mr. Turkey, for giving us a couple of weeks off. I think it comes at a good time, to be honest with you. And this Thursday is the groundbreaking of the tennis center.
Yes, sir.
Right, 1:30. Invite you all to come out, and I want to say too that this is, want to thank Eric, and we talked a lot on the phone while he was going, he was navigating through J.C. Park, because for those of you who don't know, J.C. Park is completely closed. And as I've tried to make it very clear, it's much more than just an expansion of the tennis center. They're going to redo the walking trail, brand new bathrooms, which are so it's in need, new lighting, security cameras, the changes to the pavilion, and we're also looking at an addition to the playground, children's playground. But J.C. Park will be closed about 10 months. I think it's 343 days is the contract. Is that correct, Eric?
Yes, sir.
So I tell everyone that walk out there, said go to Snow Hinton. It's the closest place to you, or finds that'd be a great place to go walk at Snow Hinton Park if you're used to walking at JC, and a lot of people are. So anyway, looking forward to Thursday.
Thursday at 1:30.
1:30. And is there the best way to get in there, Eric, with the fence all around it? Is
So I believe it'd be easiest to park in front of the tennis center, and then I'm sure that A&E will have people out there directing traffic.
okay. So you can come off Kicker Road or come off 25th into either way. All right. Do we have a motion to go into executive
Before
session?
you do that, Mr. Tyler,
Yes,
let me
sir.
also, on this coming Saturday, we'll be having a District 1 cleanup.
I saw that.
Yes, sir, and looking forward to seeing the people to come out. It will be this Saturday morning, beginning at 7 a.m. to 10, and we'll be serving refreshments. We're grateful and thankful to the staff of getting things out, and they have outlined some areas for us to target, so we want to all come out and let's keep our community clean. Thank you.
Good for you. 7 a.m. Saturday morning.
Who's doing it, Matthew?
We're sponsoring it. We have some volunteers from the community that are coming with us to do it
Okay.
as well. Yes, sir.
And the city's going to provide
And
all
the
the
city
bags and
providing
gloves. and all that
bags,
stuff.
gloves, pickers, uppers, all that good stuff.
I want to late mention the interfraternity council out at the university.
Yeah.
Did a cleanup in my district, and 72 young men show up and scour the district. Chris, thank you and your crew for supporting that, and A&E.
78 young men. That was
78?
the biggest district cleanup we've had.
It was amazing. Thank you.
Awesome.
That is.
Let's see if we can beat 78
Well,
people.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah, but maybe since you've been here,
We'll bring it
I
forward.
had over 100 at mine. Because I had the Central football team and the Bryant basketball team.
I said, did you do the counting?
Yes, sir. Ashley Chambers did the counting. But I knew what to do. I need to go to Central football and Bryant basketball. Yeah. So we had over 100.
I heard of petitions, we saw one.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Chris. Okay, you have a motion? You have a second?
Second. And
All right,
quick.
all right, Scott.
Yes, sir. As your city attorney and attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama, I can certify that the topics for executive session are appropriate to discuss with their attorney the legal ramifications of or legal options for pending litigations, controversies not yet being litigated, but imminently likely to be litigated or imminently likely to be litigated if the governmental body pursues a proposed course of action, as well as to discuss securities plans, procedures, assessments, measures, or systems, or the security or safety of persons, structures, facilities, or other infrastructures, including without limitation, information including concerning critical infrastructure, the public disclosure of which could be reasonably expected to be detrimental to public safety and welfare, as well as to discuss preliminary negotiations involving matter of trade or commerce in which the governmental body is in competition with private individuals or entities or other governmental bodies in Alabama or in other states or foreign nations, and the discussions of which would have a detrimental effect upon the competitive position of a party to the negotiations or upon the location, retention, expansion, or upgrading of a public employee or business entity in the area served by the governmental body if disclosed outside of executive session.
Could you repeat that?
Yes, sir.
Sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Okay. All right, we have a